Good morning. I'm Nick.
I'm Joe.
I'm Mindy.
And we are back with our encouraging parent videos and families. And we want to take just a second to remind you of the 4 ways that we as parents and older generations can lead the next generation towards Christ. And those 4 things are milestones, holidays, intentional time, and moments. So milestones, when there's a big milestone in your student or kid's life. Going into kindergarten, puberty, driver's license, graduating from 6th grade, whatever makes sense, whatever big milestones, baptism, their first communion, coming to Christ. We capture those milestones in some big awesome ways and celebrate those. Holidays. We're pretty good at this one naturally, but taking holidays and using to celebrate Christ well as a discipleship tool to talk about what Easter is all about, what Christmas is all about, looking towards those things and celebrate those together as a family. Being intentional with our time, being purposeful and having a specific time set aside or planned where we take time to have a discussion with our students, with our kids about Christ, about God's Word, about truth, about what He's done in our lives to pass on to them, being intentional and purposeful about it. And the last one, moments, where we want to capture just random moments as we're driving down the road and see an incredible rainbow or a beautiful tree, something about God's creation and His glory. We use moments as we're walking along in a nature hike, or something comes up in a movie. We want to grab those moments and use them to further teach our kids about Christ and His Word.
And so with intentional time, one of the biggest times we can be intentional with our time as a family is Sunday morning or Wednesday night, and incorporating what the church build at the church building or even online at home if you're watching. But what are things we can do along with our church family to be intentional? So we've got a nice little graph for us. So we also want to think about, how do we worship together as a family? How do we serve? And then how do we go deeper, thinking about like a Sunday school class, an ABF, a life group? What are those different ways? How do I intentionally think about all of these areas with my kids? And then we put down here, first hour, second hour, Wednesday nights, or other times. So think about it like this. Maybe so I'll just say for myself, we've got some middle school kids, right, or older elementary. So we're going to go to worship, but we're going to go like parents. The P stands for parents. Parents are going to go, and we're going to bring our kids with us one time, because we know our middle school kids, they need to be starting to be over there. We want to have discussion with them. And lunchtime on Sundays, we discuss it. So we wanted to try to worship together during first hour. And then second hour, I serve, right? So parents are serving. And the kids are going to go over to their classrooms and go deeper with the youth staff teaching or the Sunday school teachers up here. So they're going to go deeper. And then as a family, we also, on another night of the week, we have our life group where we go deeper, and we do it with parents and kids. So that's what our intentional time. Oh, and I guess I do serve on Wednesdays. But anyway, so we look at it like that. Now you may say, oh, my kids are all really little. So guess what? They get to go deeper both hours, because we have Sunday school that the kids can go to both hours. And so maybe as a parent, you're a greeter first hour, so second hour you're in the worship service, and then you go to life group to go deeper on Sunday night, and you have your kids with you, okay? And maybe your kids come on Wednesday nights as well. And so that's your intentional plan for doing that. You may say, well, we serve on Wednesday nights, so Sunday mornings we're going to go together to the service, and then we're going to do our go deeper and go to an ABF while our kids are in class. But then we're going to serve on Wednesday. So there's all different ways you can consider it, but think through those times and how we can be intentional to worship together when it's appropriate, and then learn and go deeper separately when we want to.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are so many different opportunities. That's kind of what the goal of this fun board is to show there's so many different ways to serve, to get connected. K to 6, we have Kids Church in the Kids Hallway and in the link where we're going to the Bible chronologically. Middle school and high school, first and second service, we're going through the Bible chronologically. There are so many different opportunities for your kids all the way from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade to go deeper outside of just our worship service. And so that's what our goal is to encourage you to think critically and practically about how you can serve together, how you can go to church together, and all the different ways that we can effectively use all the tools that we have to really engage with our faith and to grow deeper with our friends, with our family, and with the church body as a whole.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what we want to encourage you. Think about it. Think, how can we serve together? How can we worship together? How do we go deeper? When is it appropriate to do it together and separately?
Yeah.
And if you're not sure what we have to offer here at the church building, ask and look at the emails, because we're always sending those things out to keep you informed.
For
So,
sure.
That's right. And to make sure you can see this, I'm going to step away and zoom in on it for you as we get some lovely smiles from Joe and Mindy. Ta-da! Thanks, everybody.